So in this episode, icky babies, high-speed fleshy masses, and missing children.
I don't know what the second one is.
Sure you do.
Wait, say it again? What was a high-speed what?
Fleshy masses.
Oh, okay. High-speed fleshy.
Masses of flesh.
Okay.
Running at you at high speed. Thank you for coming back for Replay Reviews Horror Month. My name is Leah.
My name is Scotty.
We are two friends who are here to replay, review, and analyze your favorite video games. And since Kathy has never seen the games before, it helps me view them through her fresh eyes. Almost like I am discovering them again for the first time.
There will be a similar experience for you.
Do I sound like Dracula or just Italian?
He's not Italian.
Happy October.
Yes.
Happy Horror Month.
No.
Obviously, we're playing the forest. You say no.
Yeah.
We're playing the forest. I really like the survival aspect of games like this. So I wasted a lot of time at the start of this game.
It makes sense seeing your base camp. Now that I watched the video, I could see how much time and dedication you had to really making it big. You had a utility room.
I had a utility room, at least double-walled, triple-walled in some areas. Very safe, locks on all the doors. Slept in a treehouse, had a blueberry garden, rabbit pens.
Dead rabbit pens.
Houses.
Can we go back? Dead rabbit? They're not alive.
Oh no, they're alive. I just kill them.
I did not catch that. All I just saw was you murdering bunnies.
Correct. Well, anyway, happy Horror Month for everyone except for Kathy. Well, let's actually start this episode. In scene 1, we appear to be a father, flying with his young son when the plane crashes. And then we see a man? Big question mark there. I don't know what that was. Human-looking thing. It scoops up our son and carries him off. And we then have to gather what we can find to survive the night and go after our son.
I feel like the thing that picked up our son, he kind of just, or she, it kind of just stood there. And do you get that same impression? It just like watched us for a moment.
Yeah, it was sort of kind of like, I dare you, come after me.
And knowing what I know now, those things attack you when they see you. So why didn't that one attack and immediately kill us?
And why didn't it kill Timmy? Maybe Timmy's already dead. I don't know. They seem to like making things out of people, so maybe they're just seeing pieces, ingredients.
Well,
I don't know.
Why didn't they take the lady? The flight attendant.
Yeah, see, I don't know. And she appeared to have been killed
on impact?
Maliciously. She had the axe in her stomach.
I thought that was just as a result of the plane crash and then an axe flew around the cabin and just stabbed her.
Maybe, except it's labeled as plane axe, so I think it's like a safety axe from the plane. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't in someone's luggage. Okay. But anyway, our question is, what are these things? These people, these mutants. Why are some people dead, some people left alive, and some people taken? So yeah, we find the axe, food, drinks, and then we find a passenger manifest, which unlocks the objective to find the missing passengers.
Do we get a bonus if we find everyone?
I get a trophy.
Okay.
But anyway, there's 43 of them. But yeah, so exploring the island in search of suitable shelter, we first run across an odd, morbid stake in the ground thing with like heads on it. Mm-hmm. And then not long after that, a group of abnormal human-like beings, which I run away from.
I feel like abnormal is putting it lightly.
Yeah. What the hell's going on? That's what I want to ask you. What the hell's going on, Kathy?
I don't know. I mean, it's... These people are mutants, and they have full, like, dexterity like humans, but they're also just, like, flesh. also, where did they come from? If they are descendants of humans, how did they get there? But 2, if they are survivors of previous plane crashes that have coped and then they now become this thing, but yet they kill people, how do they have a population?
We're confused right now. I think as we should be. We continue to explore the island, run into some more goblins. So far, they don't seem intrinsically hostile. You know, we kind of check each other out from a distance. Not much else happens at this point. But they sound hostile. We then see that our objective is to find Timmy, also build a camp, find food, find the missing passengers, and find a way into the sinkhole, which you missed. I don't know if you went back to look. I don't think I highlight it super great in the gameplay. But there's a giant crater in this island.
It might be like a meteor kind of situation, and these are aliens, but it also doesn't make sense that they're so similar to humans.
It's human adjacent. Or maybe like twice removed. So next day, day 2. You'll see I quickly stopped tracking the days because, my goodness, the amount of time I waste. So anyway, day 2, we're bothered by some more of these gremlin things while trying to build a treehouse. They no longer seem curious, but rather aggressive. I end up killing one. Here's what I wrote. One looks on while I crush the ribs of his gasping comrade, and then toss his body at him as a sign of dominance. However, he does not heed this warning, so I must dispatch him as well.
It's aggressive, yet not aggressive enough of what happened.
It's pretty visceral. Scene 2. It's day 7.
Day 7?
I continue to...
Sorry. I love how you track it. Somehow that caught me off guard. Keep going.
I continue to build my base when I look down and see an octaperson. I don't know what that is, but I decided to not keep looking. So then we jump to day 9, more base building, and then to day 10. I have a run-in with a pack of creepy things. This time, though, they get me. They knock me out and they drag me away.
Can I ask if the game forces you to get knocked out, like there's no way of winning them, or was it just your skills?
I don't think so. I was just trying to run away. I was like, you know what? If you want to live, I want to live. We'll just leave it at that. Let me go to my blueberry bushes and we'll all have a good day. They didn't want to do that. I don't think that the game ever forces you to be dragged down there. But I will say it'd be very difficult to not ever end up in that situation. But I do wake up tied by my feet. I don't know why I went with me with the first person this time, but I did. Anyway, hanging from the roof of a cave. I switch it here. We cut ourselves free. We see another not so fortunate passenger from the crash. He's strung up. I also find a map of the cave, a compass, some survival items, and a creepy note that says, "A jealous god punishes a parent's fault on their children." So that feels a little bit out of place to me.
Yeah. Do you think that someone brought it onto the plane at some point in time and then it got lost here? Or do you think someone was here and then wrote that on it? Or do you think the mutants wrote that and somehow know English?
I think it's a combination of the last two. And I'll explain why when we learn more. The cave went deeper, but I decided to turn back. I was like, I'm not prepared for this.
What also unnerved us was all the fingers and bones and things dangling in this cave.
They're very artistic people. Also kind of reminds me of the finger painting, Father Martin. Look at all those brushes, Father Martin. So many brushes.
Disturbing.
I miss him.
I don't.
Alright, well, topside again. We're in a creepy camp where we find more dead passengers and a guy stuffed with tennis balls.
Why?
I think that maybe one of the riders just had tennis lessons forced upon him growing up, because we see a lot of unfortunate tennis-related scenes in this game. But after being overwhelmed by creepy things, I make a run for it, only to turn around and see I'm being chased by some flesh pile, but I am able to shake him at some point.
It's disturbing. So here's where I'm confused. I don't know if this thing is like born like that or like became like that in this game, or if they decide to sew more stuff to their bodies. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, added on as it evolved.
Yeah, like, is this Pokemon, like, you start out as a person, then you become that, like, skinny, alien-looking guy. Then you become one of those bigger, blue-looking guys, and then you become this thing? Maybe. After this encounter, I decide might be a good idea to start building a wall around my camp. So what do? Spend 5 days building a wall around my camp. Day 15. While out gathering supplies, I am startled by the sound of a bush rustling. And to my absolute surprise, out pops a baby. A little glob. I don't know. But while investigating with intent to murder the baby glob, I spot 2 larger yet equally grotesque creatures a slight distance away, at which point I decide to run away.
I feel like running away is a really good option here.
I agree. And you know what? That's when we skip ahead to day 20. My inner wall is complete, and I decide to start building an outer wall because I want somewhere to run to in these situations. My next bullet point is day 34, question mark. This is where I start to lose track. So after improving my base more, I head out to scavenge and explore when I come across a camp of tents. In the camp, I find a Bible, a cave entrance, and a photograph of trees and an X. Oh, but also before I headed out, before I left to go explore, I tried to leave from one of my gates, and a stupid icky baby tried to get in. Like, it was knocking on the door.
It's really creepy.
So, yeah, I just closed the door and went out the other way. But it actually scared me.
The good thing of spending so much time on your camp is that you built multiple doors and multiple exits.
Exactly. See, that baby became a non-issue. Anyway, after exploring some more, I raced back to camp in the dark, dodging creepies along the way, and I locked myself back into the security of my base. And that's it for scene 3. Mm-hmm. These are going to be quick episodes, you guys, because, well, see, the amount of gameplay was maybe like... Should I check? Should I check how many hours I spent in this game?
5 hours per part.
It's like one gameplay part, yeah.
Per part, sorry. 5 hours per part.
Let's see.
So 20 hours?
Why is it not showing me? Why does it... On some games it shows you playtime, and on others it doesn't. I'll have to log in on my PlayStation tonight, and next recording I'll let you guys know how many hours I have spent.
That should be one of the stats.
Playing this game. Do you? I can tell you how long I've played the second game for.
Second game, To the Forest?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm curious if this one ends on a cliffhanger, but I'd say the second game roughly the same, probably 20-something.
Like, these are gonna be fast episodes, so maybe spend 5 minutes with this nonsense. When did this game come out? 2023. Okay, so it's been a couple years. That makes me feel a little bit better about the 239 hours.
230. Oh my god. Leah, that's like playing for 10 straight days, 24 hours each day. What?
That doesn't sound so bad.
Wait.
When you put it that way.
I wonder how much of that was just your shelter building.
Oh, a lot. A lot.
Half of it?
At least. Wow. Okay, long segue. Should we move on to the final scene of part 1?
Yeah.
All right. I decide after, 98 days, you know what? Maybe it's time to start looking for my son.
He's probably dead by now.
So I set off back to a cave entrance I had earlier discovered, now more armed and prepared for whatever may lie below. I am immediately molested upon entry. I don't know what those are. After taking care of them, I explore the cave, first finding more tents like the ones I found outside not long ago. And at this camp, I also find more Bibles, piles of skulls, and some unfortunate people.
There is one thing at this point I was asking you while we were watching the game, why some of them are blue and some of them are like reddish white. I'm wondering, do they just change colors to like blue in the nighttime or in the dark? And they stay red and white during the day? Because I don't think we've yet to run across a blue one in the sun. In the daylight, have we?
I don't know. The ones that dragged me down looked kind of blue.
Maybe they're cave ones.
That's kind of what I'm thinking is, like, there's definitely different mutants. And I think probably there's some that stay in the caves and they become more, cave-oriented.
Mm-hmm. The way they laugh, is so disturbing. And I think we both mentioned this while watching it, is that we don't like it.
You don't know this yet, but one of the laughs is the audio clue for this game. And there's summary episode of Mafia. It's so creepy. That really got stuck in my throat, but I hate it. Okay, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Descending deeper into a new section of the cave, I run into more icky babies at another camp. Some sticks. I needed those to make arrows, so I was happy. A newspaper clipping of an article titled "Siblings Still Missing." Before we dive into that, though, a fun drink, 3 cents. What happened, man?
Inflation?
3 cents for a soda? That's me talking. I just left my parents' house and stole 6 cans of Mountain Dew from the fridge.
Your dad's probably wondering what happened to them.
Okay, so this newspaper clipping. Basically, 2 children disappear without a trace. I'll read the transcript that's on the Forest Wiki. It's a little jumpy because I think it's cut off in places, but also I think it just wasn't written well because the game wasn't expecting people to actually read this with such intense attention. Report by Brian Ritz. Special report about a pair of very special children. They haven't been seen since November of last year. Not much is known about what will happen in June. The files on missing children are not very open to the public, says a correspondent. Why is this young child missing? We might never know. What will the parents say? Last year, there were so many missing children. These ones are no different from the others. There are so many files on the children. These are no different. See what I mean? Like, who wrote
There's no punctuation marks that are accurate either.
By the end of the year, none of the children were found. All of them were still missing and unaccounted for. The spokesman went on to say many more things. We need to protect our children from evil forces. He rambled on for a bit. We aren't sure what he said. The mothers are very sad about all this. We aren't sure what to do. I'm sorry, what is this?
Wait until I get to the other side.
Everyone will be held accountably. It says accountably. For this tragedy, they said. We weren't sure who they meant or who they were looking at.
What?
Research suggests they might be in shock. They seemed normal to us. Next header. Without a trace. Annual report about a pair of very special children. They haven't been seen since November of last year. Not much is known about what will happen in June. It's the same thing. Nothing new has been found in the past few months. Someone went back to go look for them. They said they would, and they never did. We don't know what to think about this. Repeating.
What does that mean?
Repeating.
Like, is that wasn't printed in the actual newspaper, though, was it?
I don't think so. I think it's just like the whole article is repeating, maybe. But then we get like where it was torn off, so we get like half sentences. So missionaries went ... boat to find them. The ... They had some clues. The ... very vague, very very ... Who knows if they ... They had maps, so we ... They knew what the ... doing.
My first thing I focused on was about the missionaries, which made sense for the Bible to show up on the campsite or in the forest. But I also don't know if they made it back alive or how many of them and how they would make it back, because we see so many bodies on the island that there has to be more than the 43 passengers on the plane.
I agree. I think all of the like white tent camps are left there from the missionaries who I guess just came here to find the children. And I don't think any of them made it back.
When they said that last year there were so many missing children, were the missing children all children who were on a plane and then they went missing? Or what?
Yeah. I don't know. Because it seems like obviously the missionaries knew where they were, or maybe they just knew like a general area. But it seems like the parents are alive. And so that's why I kind of lean towards maybe it was like they came here to vacation or go camping or something. And then like the kids just went missing. I don't know. Continuing on, we find the passenger from seat 7C, a chainsaw. And then I blow a hole in the wall to expose another passageway where I find a dead body, another Bible, and another landscape photo with an X on it. And then I find a climbing axe, which I use to keep moving through the cave system, and eventually back to the surface and back home to my amazing base that I spent 100 days building.
Yeah, this one's definitely dead.
Look, I wanted there to be somewhere safe and comfortable for him to come back to. Well, what are your thoughts on part 1?
It's not that bad. I appreciate the daylight scenes in this. Besides the creepy monster, it is nice to kind of explore the area. It gives me a bit of the Red Dead Redemption vibes because there's forest and there's landscape that you're running around. I think I would really enjoy the game for the house building part and not anything else.
You could play it on peaceful mode.
Really? There is a peaceful mode?
Yeah. We can play it online together, Kathy.
Okay. So, should I call it?
Yeah. We'll be back next week for part 2.
Perfect. On one, Audacity. Sorry. Audacity on one.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to send in any questions, comments, or game suggestions. You can find all our contact info on our website, replayreviewspod.com, or contact us directly through our site.
Did we completely miss something? Are we way off the mark? Or you just want us to take a deeper look at anything from the game? We'll tackle any topics you all want to hear in our season wrap-up episode.
We also have a Reddit where we discuss anything we're curious about. Go take a look and let us know what you're thinking. Our theme music is Condemned by Eggy Toast. They'll play you out, and we'll be back next week.